India accelerates sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, with sugarcane power. In a major push for clean aviation, the Indian Sugar and Bioenergy Manufacturers Association, ISMA, has partnered with the Roundtable on Sustainable Biomaterials, RSB, to scale SAF production across key sugarcane states, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and more. What's happening? ISMA and RSB will implement the RSB ICAO CORSIA certification, ensuring SAF is sustainably sourced and globally compliant. Farmers, mill workers, and small enterprises will receive localized training and tools to meet sustainability and traceability standards. Focus on smallholder empowerment, bioeconomy education, and grassroots leadership. Why it matters: supports India's aviation decarbonization goals, aligns with ICAO's CORSIA and RSB's trusted sustainability framework, backed by Boeing under the SAF Horizon 2025-2026 initiative, reinforces India's role as a founding member of the Global Biofuels Alliance. India's first bamboo-based bioethanol plant completed in Assam. Engineers India Limited, EIL, has announced the mechanical completion of the landmark biorefinery project by Assam Bioethanol Private Limited, ABPL, in Numaligarh, Assam. The plant will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on September 14th. Project highlights: produces 49,000 TPA bioethanol, 11,000 TPA acetic acid, and 19,000 TPA for fuel from raw bamboo. Built in EPCM mode using Chempolis OY's technology. Achieved 99.7% purified ethanol, a breakthrough in 2G ethanol production. First of its kind facility in India. Sustainability and impact: zero waste operation with 25 MW captive power. Benefits 50,000 plus people in the bamboo supply chain. Supports India's E20 ethanol blending program. Anchors Japan's clean energy footprint in Northeast India. Global Ethanol Association, GEA, officially launched in Switzerland. The Global Ethanol Association, GEA, has launched as an independent, non-profit international body to unite industry expertise, drive innovation, and promote ethanol as a sustainable solution across sectors. Flagship focus: Marine Fuel Sector Initiative. GEA's first major program targets ethanol adoption in marine fuels, aims to create real market demand, mobilize global stakeholders, and support cleaner shipping operations. Ethanol's compatibility with multi-fuel marine engines offers flexibility, emissions resilience, and regional adaptability. Founding member, WinGD Limited. Marine engine leader WinGD joins GEA to accelerate shipping's energy transition. Their advanced tech supports ethanol integration into the low-emission fuel mix. Sylvain Zurcher, GEA President. We connect innovation with action for real-world impact. Morten Jacobson, GEA Secretary General. Ethanol is a game-changer for global trade routes. Dominic Schneider, WinGD CEO. Collaboration is key to decarbonizing shipping. India's first bamboo-based bioethanol plant, completed in Assam Numaligarh Refinery Limited, NRL, has achieved a major milestone with its bamboo-based bioethanol plant in Numaligarh, Assam, developed by Assam Bioethanol, PVT Ltd, ABPL. The facility has successfully produced 99.7% purified ethanol, marking a breakthrough in 2G ethanol technology. Key highlights: inauguration by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on September 14th. Processes 300,000 tons of bamboos year to produce 50,000 tons of fuel-grade ethanol. Co-products include fur fuel, acetic acid, biocoal, and green energy. Generates 25 MW captive power and operates as a zero-waste facility. Impact and innovation. Benefits 50,000 plus people in the bamboo supply chain. Supports India's E20 ethanol blending program. Anchors Japan's clean energy footprint in Northeast India. Sets a new benchmark in biofuel innovation and sustainability. This transformative project positions Northeast India as a leader in clean energy, blending technology, rural empowerment, and global collaboration. India unveils SAF feasibility study to power green aviation. The Ministry of Civil Aviation, in collaboration with ICAO and supported by the European Union, has officially released the Sustainable Aviation Fuel (SAF) feasibility study for India under ICAO's ACT SAF program. Launch highlights: key addresses by Minister Ram Mohan Naidu, Secretary Samir Kumar Sinha, DGCA Chief Faiz Ahmed, and ICAO's Jane Hupe. Two-day workshop at Udaan Bhawan, New Delhi with global and national stakeholders. Study insights: evaluates domestic feedstocks, production tech, infrastructure, and policy needs. tailored roadmap for India's environmental and socio-economic context. Targets: 1% SAF blending by 2027, 2% by 2028, 5% by 2030, Korsha aligned. Key stats and impact: India has 750 m plus tons of biomass and 230 m plus tons of agri-residue. Potential to cut CO2 emissions by up to 80%. Could reduce crude oil imports/emissions by 2025 m tons year and boost farmer income. Major developments: Cotecna appointed as India's first SAF certification body. Indian Oil's Panipat refinery certified as first SAF production facility. India's green aviation vision: 88 airports transition to 100% green energy. Poised to become the world's largest domestic aviation market and a global SAF leader. This milestone marks India's bold stride toward a cleaner, more sustainable aviation future. Piccadilly Agro unveils bold expansion plan in ethanol and malt production. Piccadilly Agro Industries Limited is scaling up its ethanol and malt production, backed by a Rs1,000 CR investment plan over 3 years. With Rs450 CR already deployed in FY 2025 and Rs250 CR in the pipeline, the company aims to quadruple its capacity and business over the next 3-5 years. Key expansion highlights: new 210 KLPD distillery underway in Mahasamund, Chhattisgarh, set for H2 FY 2025 commissioning. Indri, Haryana distillery capacity rising from 78 to 220 KLPD, ENA ethanol, and 12 to 30 KLPD, malt, by H1 FY 2026. Barrel storage expanding from 45,000 to 100,000 barrels, with 30,000 already added. International facility planned in Portavadi, Scotland, land acquired, machinery evaluation in progress. Financial growth: net worth doubled from Rs341 CR, FY 2024, to Rs683 CR, FY 2025. Balance sheet expanded to Rs1 146 CR. Funding mix includes convertible warrants, debentures, term loans, and promoter equity. Operational strengthening: new head of sales and CFO on board. SAP ERP system implemented for better controls. ESOP scheme introduced for 1% of paid-up capital. Shell halts Rotterdam Biofuels project, shifts focus to competitive low-carbon solutions. Shell Netherlands. Raffinaderij BV has announced it will not resume construction of its biofuels facility at the Shell Energy and Chemicals Park in Rotterdam, citing market uncompetitiveness after a detailed reassessment. Leadership insight: Machteld de Haan, President of Shell Downstream, Renewables and Energy Solutions. We're prioritizing capital toward projects that meet customer needs and deliver shareholder value. Commitment to energy transition: Shell remains committed to low-carbon molecules including biofuels and SAF. Invested $8 billion 2023-2024 in power, CCS, hydrogen, and low-carbon fuels. Traded 10B plus liters of low-carbon fuels in 2024, becoming a top SAF supplier globally. Netherlands, a strategic energy hub, Shell continues to lead the global energy transition, focusing on scalable, competitive, and sustainable solutions. Kotjark Industries wins Rs58, 39 CR biodiesel tender. Kotjark Industries Limited, India's only pure-play listed biodiesel company, has secured a 7,299 KL biodiesel supply tender, AUG 2025, to IOCL, BPCL and HPCL valued at Rs58, 39 crore, CMD Gaurang Shah. This milestone boosts our FY 26 outlook and reinforces our leadership in India's biodiesel sector. Company snapshot: founded in 2016, focused on green energy and biofuel innovation. Swarupganj, Rajasthan unit, 1,500 KLD biodiesel, 210 KLD crude glycerin. Padgol, Gujarat unit, 100 KLD biodiesel. Why it matters: strengthens Kotjark's market presence and operational scale. Supports India's transition to sustainable energy solutions. Kotjark continues to power India's biofuel future: clean, scalable, and dependable. Trualt Bioenergy and Sumitomo Forge, Strategic Indo-Japan Bioenergy Alliance. In a landmark move at the Japan-India Next Generation Economic Forum, Trualt Bioenergy Limited and Sumitomo Corporation announced a strategic bioenergy partnership in the presence of PM Narendra Modi and PM Shigeru Ishiba. Partnership highlights: joint venture, Trualt, 51%, plus Sumitomo, 49%. Initial focus: 4 compressed biogas, CBG plants in Karnataka and Maharashtra. Job creation, 700 direct-indirect jobs, 801,000 livelihoods. Future expansion into ethanol and sustainable aviation fuel, SAF. Shared vision, anchored in the Joint Crediting Mechanism, JCM, to channel Japan's low-carbon tech into India's bioenergy sector. Supports Paris Agreement goals, energy security, and inclusive growth. Strengthens both nations' NDCs and sets a global precedent for climate cooperation. Vijay Narani, Trualt MD. This partnership blends global expertise with local leadership to empower farmers, drive rural industrialization, and build a resilient green future. India and Japan unite to turn climate ambition into action through technology, investment, and sustainable energy innovation. India greenlights unrestricted ethanol production for ESY 2025-26. The Indian government has permitted sugar mills and distilleries to produce ethanol from sugarcane juice, sugar syrup, B-heavy molasses, BHM, and C-heavy molasses, CHM, without restrictions during the ethanol supply year, ESY 2025-26. Key highlights issued by the Department of Food and Public Distribution, DFPD. Aims to boost ethanol blending in fuel while ensuring adequate sugar availability for domestic consumption. DFPD and Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, MoPNG, will periodically review sugar diversion versus national sugar needs. This move strengthens India's push toward clean energy and fuel self-reliance, while balancing food security and industrial growth. Supreme Court upholds E20 ethanol blending, major boost for India's clean fuel drive. On September 1, 2025, the Supreme Court of India dismissed a PIL challenging the nationwide rollout of 20% ethanol-blended petrol, E20, reinforcing the government's ethanol-blended petrol, EBP program. Court ruling highlights, bench led by CJI B.R. Gavai and Justice K. Vinod Chandran rejected claims of forced fuel usage. Attorney General R. Venkataramani defended the policy, citing benefits to farmers and national energy security. Verdict welcomed by industry leaders who expect reduced social media opposition and renewed policy momentum. Industry reactions. Atul Chaturvedi, Sri Renuka Sugars. A welcome decision. 5 million tons of sugar can now be diverted to ethanol. Munish Madan, the Catalyst Group. EBP is a transformative goal for energy self-reliance and pollution control. Deepak Balani, ISMA. E20 blending ahead of schedule has paid Rs 1, 18 lakh CR to farmers, saved Rs 1, 36 lakh SAR and Forex, and cut 698 lakh tons of CO2. EBP program impact Rs 1, 25 lakh CR paid to farmers, ESY 2014-15 to July 2025. Rs 1, 44 lakh CR saved in foreign exchange. 736 lakh metric tons CO2 emissions reduced. 244 lakh metric tons of crude oil replaced. Blending progress, 10% blending achieved in June 2022. Reached 19.05% by July 31, 2025. July 2025 alone, 87.9 crore liters blended. Total, November 2024, July 2025, 749 crore liters blended. This ruling solidifies India's path toward cleaner fuels, farmer empowerment, and energy independence, a milestone in sustainable policy execution. CBG in Uttar Pradesh, a game-changer for energy and agriculture. On August 22, 2025, Kogan India hosted a one-day CBG business meet in Lucknow, spotlighting compressed biogas, CBG, as a sustainable energy solution for sugar mills in Uttar Pradesh. Event objectives: promote CBG adoption using sugarcane residues like bagasse and molasses, drive energy self-sufficiency, reduce fossil fuel dependence, enhance economic viability and environmental performance of sugar mills, foster collaboration among industry leaders, government officials, and tech providers. Special feature: plant visit to DCM, Shriram Limited, Ajbapur, 12 TPD CBG plant by Praj Industries, on August 21st. Hands-on walkthrough, open technical discussions, and best practice sharing. Key dignitaries. Present, Ms. Seema Paroha, NSI, Ms. Shashikala Joel, MLA, Shana Saheb Joel, XMP, Shajay Pratap Singh, Praj, Dr. Narendra Mohan, Green Tech, Shajai Prakash Dandagankar, CII, Shisanjay Katal, MSF CSFL and CII, Shkumar Vineet, IAS. Next steps: white paper to be submitted to the Government of India outlining barriers and solutions to scale CBG in India. This meet marks a pivotal step toward transforming sugar mills into clean energy hubs and advancing India's green energy transition. Supreme Court upholds E20 ethanol blending, a win for India's clean fuel mission. On September 1, 2025, the Supreme Court dismissed a PIL challenging the rollout of 20% ethanol-blended petrol, E20, reinforcing the government's push for sustainable fuel. Court ruling highlights PIL by Akshay Malhotra sought ethanol-free petrol availability and transparency. Bench led by CJI BR Gavai rejected the plea. AG R Venkataramani defended the policy as pro-farmer and nationally strategic. MoPNG clarified, E20 does not void vehicle insurance. EBP program impact, Rs1, 25 lakh CR paid to farmers, ESY 2014-15 to July 2025. Rs1, 44 lakh car saved in foreign exchange, 736 lakh metric tons of CO2 emissions reduced, 244 lakh metric tons of crude oil replaced. Blending progress, 10% blending achieved in June 2022. Reached 19.05% by July 31, 2025. July 2025 alone, 87.9 crore liters blended. Total, November 2024, July 2025, 749 crore liters blended. India's ethanol journey continues to gain momentum, fueling sustainability, empowering farmers, and reducing oil dependency. A Davangere sugar company Limited, DSCL powers ahead in ethanol and rural growth. DSCL, a 5-decade-old integrated sugar, ethanol, and renewable energy company based in Karnataka, is entering a transformative growth phase, driven by favorable policies, rising ethanol demand, and strong farmer partnerships. Strategic expansion: ethanol capacity to grow from 65 KLPD to 110 KLPD by FY26. 35 TPD CO2 recovery plant in the pipeline. Diversifying feedstock with broken rice and maize. Launching a grain trading vertical for new revenue streams. Farmer empowerment and cane expansion. 15,000 acres of new sugarcane cultivation. Mechanized harvesting, organized transport, and performance-linked incentives. Targeting 5 lakh plus metric tons of cane crushing annually. Sustainability and zero-waste operations. Fully integrated model ensures optimal use of all inputs, supports environmental sustainability and rural prosperity. CMD Ganesh Shivashankarappa Shamanur. We're building a resilient growth model that boosts profitability, empowers farmers, and aligns with India's clean energy goals. Positioned for the future, aligned with India's ethanol blending program, EBP, ready to capitalize on biofuel market opportunities, reinforcing commitment to energy self-reliance and green fuel adoption. DSCL is shaping the future of India's bioeconomy, where clean energy meets inclusive rural development. Join the Biofuel NeXuSS community. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for the latest updates on sustainable energy. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay informed. Watch now. Biofuel NeXuSS.